Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pisces June 12th through the 18th weekly Tarot Bite reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. So, hi, everyone. This is a mini reading for the week ahead, about 10 minutes or less, and we will be looking at the theme that came up in the general collective reading that was posted on Sunday for the week, and diving a little deeper into what it means specifically for your sign, Pisces. So we're diving into the theme of love, relationships, possibly the mending of past relationships, and the being on the lookout for new destined and fated relationships that are looking to come into our life this week. So let's go ahead and see really what's coming through for you, Pisces, around the energy of love, connection, and relationships. Now, I am using the Doreen Virtue deck here. It's a Romance Angels deck. I don't use it often, but I feel like it's very specifically calling to me for this reading. Okay, so you have, it's funny, this Calling in Your Soulmate card came up upright, and then we have another card that came out face down. So we'll look at these in two different ways here. So calling in your soulmate, it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. This card has come out quite a bit for many of the other signs. So very interesting. It did come out actually for Taurus as well as for Scorpio. So if you have any of those placements in your chart, you might want to check out those readings as well to kind of see maybe from a different angle what's coming in for you. But what came out face down was keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So what this says to me is that you may be calling in one person, meaning you're like, I'm calling in the love of my life, and they're going to look like this, and they're going to act like this, and they're going to be like this. And this is saying the universe might surprise you as to how this person actually materializes in your life. This could be the same thing for looking for a business partner. You're like, oh my gosh, the perfect business partner, the perfect manager is going to be like this. And all of a sudden somebody comes out of left field. But there's something that says here that you got to open yourself up to it. You might be blocking this actually from coming in for you because you're so focused on looking for one specific, for this person to be filled, the spot in your life to be filled in a very specific way. I actually used, I think in one of the other, I can't remember if it was in Taurus's, another signs reading, I used the example from the movie Along Came Polly, where it's like the opposites attract kind of story. So, the main character is this insurance, I can never remember what they're actually called, but the individual who goes out and they're the ones who know all of the statistics as to, how probable something is to happen or not happen. And this individual is very much by the book, knows the numbers, stays in his lane, lives a very narrow kind of life experience. And then in comes Polly, who is Jennifer Aniston's character, and she is like all over the place, free spirit, and kind of shakes this person, shakes their whole life experience loose and really allows that person who is living a very narrow experience to really expand on their life experience. And so I get the feeling that that's what's trying to come in for you right now, Pisces, is this kind of relationship that's going to lead to a lot of growth in your life. But it might be someone who takes, kind of comes in out of left field for you, that you might be, again, looking for, let's just say just a romantic partnership, and you're like, I'm looking for someone who is kind and quiet and likes to read books on the weekend and, wants to, the thing that they love the most is enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning over quiet contemplation. And yet there's this person that's coming into your life who's like the total opposite of that. This is a person who's like, I hate coffee. I definitely am not going to sit quietly. I'm going to be the one out in the gardening in the morning. And then after that, I'm going to go, book a trip to Bali for 2 weeks, and then maybe I'll come back and something like that, where it's like, this person's so not what you were imagining, but yet they're trying to come into your experience And it's about keeping that open mind this week specifically, because you might be surprised at who you meet that might just check mark all the boxes, but in a very unusual way. So Pisces, very interesting. Now, there has been kind of a connection between Cancer, Taurus, and Pisces. So I'm just noticing that in the readings. I'm noticing that just in even just some of the other astrological kind of lineups I'm seeing here. So it could be that if there is a Taurus or a Cancer in your life, there may be a kind of a coming together there. Keep that in mind. I know we can't always just ask every single person, hey, what's your sign? But there may be something coming into alignment with people who have, those energies that are very prominent in their birth chart. For those of you who do know the signs of the people around you, I'm going to grab some additional cards here. We're going to clarify these 2 cards to see what else you need to know about this. So let's see about keeping an open mind. What does Pisces need to know about keeping an open mind? Okay, we have 2 of Cups and 10 of Wands. Yeah, this says something about releasing a burden. The 2 of Cups is intimate connection with another. It's equal partnership. But there's something here at the 10 of Wands where you've long, I think, held a burden for some time. And, what's interesting, Pisces, I'm getting this feeling, it sounds very strange. There may be someone coming back. Now, this isn't going to be for all of you because obviously this is a general reading, but there may be someone coming back into your life that you had pushed aside because they had felt like a heavy burden at one point, and you were like, oh God, no, I can't. Too much, and maybe that this person might be coming back in, but there's an opportunity now to connect from a much more equal partnership. This could be where maybe at the time you were older and they were younger, or vice versa. This could be maybe at the time you were in a different financial situation. It could be that you were in a different level of your education, and suddenly now this person comes back and is like, oh, I see that you've graduated with this degree. Well, I know when we were, last in communication, you were carrying the heavy burden of getting that degree, but now that it's done, would you like to connect? So there's something along those lines where at the time of your original initial connection, you had been carrying a heavy burden, whether this individual was the heavy burden or whether what you were going through was the heavy burden. It could even be that you had connected with someone from the past during a time that you were going through something very difficult, meaning that you might have been going through, a difficult romantic breakup. You might have been going through a difficult time in your career path. You might have been going through a difficult time again, like you're a student and you were in the thick of doing your exams. But this person might be coming back in, and you have this opportunity now to connect on an equal footing, where there was maybe not perhaps equal footing previously. So now I'm going to go ahead and say calling in your soulmate. Let's see what Pisces needs to know about calling in their soulmate. So we have the Page of Wands. Beautiful. That's just saying go out there and have fun. Okay, wow, we got a lot of cards that came out here. I'm going to just take the 2 that came out a break because that might be getting a little too much into the story here. So we have 2 of Wands and the Empress. Ooh. Choosing a path of abundance and fertility. Very interesting. For some of you, this could actually be choosing, the Empress could represent you. It could represent another individual in your life. The Empress is a card that really actually brings in the energy of Taurus and Libra. It's a card ruled by Venus, but it is really about holding space for what you are creating. It could be giving birth to an actual child. It could be giving birth to a creative endeavor. But there is something here with the 2 of Wands around really committing, making that choice. That's what the 2 of Wands says. Where do I go from here? And I think for many of you, you're being asked to really commit to either a creative project or commit to an individual who really brings in the energy of the Empress, who is someone who is holding space again for giving birth to something. This is a very abundant individual. Page of Wands. This just says this week, focus on doing what feels like fun. Focus on taking action on your passions. This is an individual who does not care about the results. This is like a kid. When a kid goes out to, like, this is like Christmas morning, you unwrap a new toy and you're like, oh my gosh, what can this magic wand do? So you run outside and you just are having fun playing with it because you don't actually know enough information yet around this to even understand, what you're expecting. So there's something here on just going out and having fun, maybe acting on a passion. Maybe you are, getting back in a hobby or something like that. And it's like just going out there and doing it. And there's going to be this kind of like, I think, fated opportunity to really make the choice to go towards something that is, again, very fertile, very abundant. It may actually be that for some of you, you have the opportunity here to, again, connect with someone that might like lead to a creative partnership, might lead to, for those of you who truly want to have a child or something along those lines, there could be that involved here, meeting someone who will help you achieve the dream of having a child. But there is, I do really feel, Pisces, that there is this feeling of maybe meeting someone that you've already met, and that at one point you were so saddled with something that you couldn't connect again on an equal partnership, and you're having the opportunity now to do it again, or do it in a different way. Or this could be, if this is a new individual, not someone from the past, this could be where maybe you always came forward as this person just shouldering the burdens of some aspect of their life or other people. And it did not allow you to connect authentically with others, or allow you to really, I think, be able to call in the right type of person. And this is saying if you can get past that, and just connect without the burden, without all of that. It's just saying put down the 10 wands and go out with just the one wand. This is putting down the baggage, effectively. That's what's really coming through here. Is if you put down the baggage of the past, don't bring it forward into how you connect with others. And you just simply say, hey, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I love. I'm unapologetic about it. Let the past be the past. It's almost like all of a sudden now this new level of connection is going to bring in a decision that's going to lead to a lot of abundance. It's going to lead to someone who is, again, it could be, if this is the energy of the person you're meeting, wow, this is someone who is very abundant, who really is going to be nurturing, caring. Again, it will give birth and manifest what they want to hold space for in their life. And that could also be you. You might be calling in someone who's going to help you do that. But it's beautiful energy, and it's saying this week, Pisces, time to let go of the baggage. Go out there, have fun. Just show yourself for what you're passionate about, and don't release your tied expectations. Because again, this could be someone that is so not in your wheelhouse, and that person is the exact person you've been looking for. Or it's somebody from the past that you're like, no, it didn't work out then. It's definitely not going to work out now. And suddenly, because again, a weight has been taken off of your shoulders, or even a weight has been taken off of their shoulders, all of a sudden your connection is clean, it's fresh, and it's ready to go forward into a time of abundance. All right, I will leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, Pisces. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box to view my website and see a list of my services. If you'd like to view your full tarot scope for the month of June, each sign's reading is up on my channel. And I do greatly appreciate any likes, new subscribers, or comments. So please, if you feel called to do any of those or all three, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So thank you in advance if that ends up being you. So I will see you all in next week's reading. And again, I wish you a very happy, abundant, and playful week ahead, Pisces.